I would like to discuss more about a different patient who's suffering from class 6 baldness and having it's not a poor donor but a less donor. So this patient is something different when compared to other patients because of course there are many class 6 type of baldness will be there. This patient, why it is different is this patient donor looks during the consultation looks really great that we could achieve minimum 3,500 grafts, but on the table we could get only 2,781 grafts. That's the number we achieved it. Why this number is important is donor, the way you look at in the photos looks different. During the consultation it looks different. On the table when you are harvesting, you count it manually, the number looks different in some patients. That's the most important deciding factor for getting the results in most of the patients. And that's the reason clear observation during the consultation is a must. That only gives an idea whether this man is going to get a good density in first session or not. That's what about this video is. Kindly watch the video till end. We're going to details about this case and outcome. This patient falls in the category of class 6 baldness, where usually toned, and of course required grafts in such cases minimum 12,000 to 5,000 follicular units are required. Of course it's not possible to do in one session, but challenging is this donor looks like we can achieve or harvest 3,500 grafts easily, but on the table we could get only somewhere 2,800, not more than that. That's the trick, whatever it is happened in this patient. One thing is this man has a kind of little wavier curly hair. So with one session, we could achieve covering mid-scalp, frontal area and mid-scalp and little crown area also. I'm sure you would need second session, but with one session, the density, you can see it, it's not that great density, but it's covering better than earlier. And here you need to remember this point is the number of the grafts are too less for this patient. Actually, we can target 3,500, but unfortunately the yielding, the area of the donor was like that. We could get that much only. Beyond that, if you try to harvest unnecessarily, you are going to damage the donor. And that is called safe donor limit. When someone asks me about safe donor limit, the limit that you are going to harvest within safe area. That means you are not damaging the backside area. Even second time also you can harvest it. So we could achieve only this much grafts. With these grafts, we managed to get better camouflage in one session. Of course, you would come back for a second session later. Well, why this patient, this case is most important is most of the clinics or doctors, probably most of the time you get a kind of a estimate or quote by looking at the backside photo. So most of the time it is not true because we will not understand or analyze unless we see in the consultation. Even in the consultation, I promised him that you're going to get 3,500 grafts, but on the table, when we harvested and counted it, number was not that same. So that is the reason, depending on graft availability, we need to plan the hair transplantation plan and design. So if you kind of implanting it everywhere, imagine this kind of patients would come for expecting hair in the crown area in first session. That will be a disastrous hair transplantation. That means how many grafts you are going to harvest in this patient, what is the exact number we got it, and how better way we are designing the plan is most important. I mean to say, this patient, especially frontal area and mid-scalp is the most important area to be targeted because the less number of the grafts are available. This is one thing. Number two, most of the time when someone promises you 6,000 grafts in single session, that may not happen because it's very unlikely. So this practical example is only getting this many grafts. So even the donor is better not to go beyond 3,500 grafts, because if you try to harvest 6,000 grafts, nothing left in the back, and of course you cannot come back for second session, and backside looks so sad. So this patient conclusion is, so this is an average donor, a large scalp area, class 6 baldness it is. So what way we just got coverage, which is average. It's not fantastic results, it is average results. So with this many number, so that is a smarter plan, and that's what we would like to highlight in this patient.